Okay, we'll go ahead and call this meeting to order at 6:00 p.m. Anyone want to give us a word of prayer?
Sure.
Okay.
Dear Heavenly Father, be with us this evening as we go through our meeting. Lead us and guide us and see our members home safely. These things we ask in your name. Amen.
And just a little bit of housekeeping. If you're not comfortable sitting without a mask next to the person, we do have masks available. And we do have the temperature back there if anybody want to check their temp. But if you feel safe where you're sitting, then that's okay. But we do have other seats that you can move to if you so choose. Next, we'll have the roll call of officers.
Donna,
Present.
Max,
Present. Let the minutes reflect that 4 out of 6 officers are present. We have a quorum. Malia is at work and don't have a relief for her to be here tonight, but she said she would come in on Zoom. Is she there yet, Scott? She's not yet. And Sue had a family issue going on, so she will not be here tonight. We need a motion and a second from the floor to use the sign-in sheet as the official roll call for the members tonight.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, motion. Good to see you, buddy. It's been motion and second that we use the official roll call sign-in sheet for the members tonight. Homer. Yes. If any discussion? If not, all those in favor of the motion, please signify by the raising of your hand. Opposed, like sign. Any abstain? Motion carried. Next, we'll have the reading of the minutes.
Oops. Meeting call to order at 6:07 p.m. by Mildred Burkhalter. Invocation given by Rosie Hughes. Roll call, all officers present. Motion to use the sign-in sheet as roll call by Kurt Henson, second by Homer Dan. Motion carried. National Council Representative AJ announced purchase of the Cancer Treatment Center. Creek Nation Tribal Representative speakers, none were present. Reports, the smoke shop report was given by Christy Carr, and the community CMD report given by Sue Henson. Motion to approve reports as read by Martha Armstrong and second by Barbara Lee. Motion carried. Old business, community issues, there were none. New business, smoke shop equipment. Motion by Homer Dan to purchase 2 computers and docking drive at a total cost of $858. Second by Charlotte Lee. Motion carried. Tulsa Teachers Credit Union deposit. Motion made by Pat Longcrier to transfer $119,000 from Smoke Shop number 1 and Smoke Shop number 2 Armstrong to Tulsa Teachers Credit Union. Second by Barbara Lee. Motion carried. New account for CMD funds. Motion by Homer Dan to approve a new account for CMD funds. Second by Vicky Dan. Motion carried. Senior member trip. Motion by Martha Armstrong to proceed with senior member trip. Second by Lily Hill. Motion carried. Community issues, we had a drawing was held. That's it. Thank
You've heard the reading of the minutes coming from the last meeting. I need a motion and a second from the floor. Then I'll open up for any discussion or any question. Do I hear a motion? Motion by Vicky Dan, second by Pat Longcrier. That minutes, the floor is now open for discussion. Any discussion on the minutes? Any question? If not, are you ready to vote? All in favor of the reading of the minutes as presented, please do so by raising of your right hand. Opposed, like sign. Any abstain? Motion carried. Next, we're blessed with one of the council representative, Mr. Proctor. So I will ask him at this time if he'll come forward and
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. It's good to see everybody. It's been a while. It's been a while, and I know we've lost a few of our members. You know, we was last month. I was over there to wake service for Miss Jeanette, and I was able to speak in front of the family. You know, and I spoke of. You know, when I first come over here, she was one of the ones that pulled me aside and talked to me and told me, you know, encouraged me, and and I was encouraged by her every time I come over here, and she was over here very regularly, and I was really blessed by knowing her, but she'll surely be missed, and her son, the whole family, and I was heartbroken to hear of her passing, but I just wanted to mention that tonight, and I'm just glad to see everybody here. It's been a rough and tough time, but we'll, with God's mercy and blessing, we'll continue on. So, anybody have any questions starting off? I know somebody has a question about what was discussed on our last meeting. I think it has to do with. I think we had come up with the new ARPA funds. It's like the new COVID funds. We presented legislation to try and give each citizen $2,000, no matter where they live, income guidelines or anything like that. It's going to be up for approval, and hopefully we can get it passed. I don't know yet. But it's been presented. There are some guidelines that's been continuing on. They've been coming out every month saying, you be able to do it this way or that way. I know the last time the COVID funds come out, we was only be able to help like maybe 50% of the 90,000. We have about 92,000 members. So we presented, $2,000 for each member who has a citizenship card. No matter what age. There's no age limit. Or if you have one, a card, you're able to qualify. Hopefully that'll come through. That's been presented, and you have up until the end of this fiscal year, which is September 30th, to apply if you not have one. So, anybody have any questions on that? Yes.
Question: whether you have to apply online or they can use your existing information?
Yeah, hopefully they can use your existing information, but you'll still have to apply since it comes out of a different source of funding.
Online, you have to do online. A lot of people don't have internet service.
Yeah, I understand. And that's something that they're trying to look at to be able to, I know they're going to have some, maybe they have some people coming out to fill out applications to communities. I know that's been brought up. We've been kind of looking at how Cherokee Nation's been doing theirs, and they've been going out and, setting up, for a day for people to come in and fill out applications, going to certain communities or towns or something like that. So maybe that can help the ones that don't have internet. Hopefully we can do that, and that's something that we're going to try do our best to be able to, for everybody to, be able to apply and receive this. Yes. No, we don't have anything yet. And like honestly, I don't know if it's actually approved to do. We presented it, and And there was other options they had kind of threw out there. It hasn't been put out yet, but it still had to do with income guidelines and everything. And we're wanting to try to help every citizen because we've all been affected, you know, and that's what it turns out to be. You know, bottom line is we've all been affected, whether it's, you know, just everyday living, you know, whether it's rent, food, or anything like that. So hopefully we can get something going on that. And, you know, and I don't want to say it's coming, it's coming. We're waiting for the approval. Well, it's the guidelines from the federal guidelines. And I don't want to put it out there and say it's coming, it's going to be here, but I'm just saying we presented it and hopefully we can get it going. It's like the Cherokee Nation, they've got theirs going. So if they've got something going, there's no reason we shouldn't be, you know, be able to do the same. That's kind of, you know, what we followed with that.
That's what I was gonna say. Why is all the other tribes already doing it and we're still not?
Yeah, and we want to make sure we're doing it, you know, by the books, guidelines and everything. That way we won't have any issues with it. You know, and that's kind of plain and simple on that, so.
Then at the bottom of the verse, no runs, no hits, no errors.
I thought somebody told you. Yes, it's not.
What's the score? Oh.
2-0.
So that's kind of what's been presented. Oh, yes, go ahead. Well, this is not, you know, the last time it's not. Yes, it's entirely different. This is from.
But it's gonna be such a short time frame. You know, it's getting closer to September.
Right. I mean, that's only for people who have not have a citizenship card. You have that long to apply for your
So
citizenship.
they have their citizenship card, they can apply whenever.
Yes, whenever that comes out. Yes. Yes, go ahead.
Have their picture on their citizenship card, or do they need to bring that up? Mine is up, but I have children that probably have.
Yes, hopefully they'll accept that. That's been discussed also, you know, because I guess they have an expiration date on them. And
Kids 18 and under don't have a history.
right, and that's what we brought up, and that should be valid also. I mean, if they're on the road and they or have a roll number, I mean, they should be eligible. That's kind of the way we look at it.
Mildred, can you hear me?
Cancer center.
Hold on a minute. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, speak up a little bit.
Okay, Daryl, are they taking in-person meeting yet over at the complex? I got some transportation issues I'd like to go over and visit with someone about. So are they taking face-to-face meetings yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, because I was over at the citizenship office Friday with my son, and they are dealing with the public face-to-face. So
Mhm.
I was wondering about other departments.
I think a few of them are. I don't know if they all are. Which one you need to go with? Look for?
Transportation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'd be. I'm not sure about that one on if they're going face to face or not.
Okay, I'll call, see if I can make an appointment.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you. Yes, go ahead.
Cancer center, have y'all taken over that yet?
It's not finalized, not just yet. We bought the facility and it was called a cancer center, but it's not going to be a quote cancer center. It's going to be a specialty, whether it's heart or, you know, something to do with our lungs or anything like that. It's not necessarily cancer. Yeah, they told us it'd be pretty soon, hopefully by the end of our fiscal year here, August, September. So hopefully they hadn't reported back. I think Wednesday we have a meeting and hopefully they'll report on the progress. All right, thank you.
Does anybody talk about Fountain anymore?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we did last week.
Oh, great.
So
Anything good?
well, we're back in the talking stages of, you know, we're wanting to present, you know, what we have here and what, you know, what's the potential? And I know AJ and Patrick Freeman have been talking to a few developers. We want to get with GOB again to, you know, to have them look at it and see what we do have here. And yes, we are continuing those talks. Thank you. Anybody else?
Stone shelters.
Yes.
We just got ours, we got the stand-up height
Oh, above ground?
above ground,
Mm-hmm.
but one recommendation, I mean, the above ground's fine, but we wanted one that goes in the ground. And for people our age, we have these and other problems, cannot climb down the ladder. Is there any reason why they couldn't offer a walk-in
For
with the storm shelter?
for the below ground?
Right,
Oh, that's why they build the above ground.
well, yeah, I know, but I mean, just, I like to go underneath.
Oh, well.
You know, this thing is sitting out in the open, just wonder is it gonna get blown away or not?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the reason they do build or put the ones above ground for that fact.
I thought it was weird that they did the ladder type instead of walking.
Yeah. Mhm. Okay, yes, go ahead.
I got mine about a couple of years ago and I haven't had to use it yet, but I feel so good knowing it's right at my back door. I can run out and get it.
Mhm. Well, I'm glad you was able to not use it yet.
Me too.
Any other questions? Anybody have any other questions? All right, I'll be here until after the meeting. Anybody can get a hold of me after.
I have a question. Is the housing getting money off of this too, to do some more repair on homes?
They haven't come out with everything yet on what pool of funding they're going to put them in. I know the last time we had different areas that they were going to put it in. We haven't seen that yet, but hopefully we'll get that real soon. I know we're supposed to have a meeting sometime this week. So hopefully we will. All right,
May I ask one more question?
go right ahead.
Do you have any ideas when they're going to open the clinic to the public again?
No, I do not know on that. That's, you know, with this other variant coming up, I mean, they're being pretty cautious. So I'd hate to say, yeah, they're going to open it, then they close it again, you know, and I know a lot of people has their shots and they said it helps having that shot. But at the same time, you're able to carry, you know, if you do have it and carry to other people who don't have it, you know, and it's still a dangerous situation out there. Yeah. All right.
Thank you, Mr. Proctor, for that presentation. And just to kind of reiterate what Mr. Proctor said, the Delta variant, the one that is, I think, have mutated about 4 times from the regular COVID, is out there. And it is close. I mean, I've know of cases that are in Muskogee right now that have hospitalized individuals. So don't put your guard down. It's still there. And that's why I said earlier, sitting here without a mask, if you think that you are immune from it, no, you're not. Even if you've had both shots, you still can get it. It won't probably hospitalize you and it probably won't put you down on your back or whatever else, but you still can get it. You still can be a carrier of it. So, you know, I see so many people have put their guards down, people walking around without masks, they're in crowds and they think that, you know, this thing is over, but it's far from being over. And everyone just needs to be precautious of where you are and how you protect yourself. Not only protect yourself, but protect your family members as well. Next, we have Creek Nation presentation and a speaker. And I just saw our, I thought I saw As that say, what is that Tweety bird say? I thought I saw a pretty cat, but anyway, it's our chief back there, Mr. Hill, and if you want to come. Oh, you, okay. You don't have anything you want to say? Okay, he's already been up. Yes, so if you want to say, yeah.
Really? No.
Good to see you.
Good afternoon. That sounded real good. No, I'm actually just here, just if there's any questions or whatever you have. I know it's been a while. Everyone was ready to get back to the community center, and we opened it up, and we had our intertribal last week, and they was telling me that was probably the biggest attendance we ever had. They probably had, I think, ordered a little bit over 500 plus bags and t-shirts. We run out Friday. So that's not even including Seminole Nation. They didn't attend. So it was a good turnout. The next meeting is going to be at October 6th, 7th, and 8th in Durant. Choctaw Nation is going to host it. So there's a lot of good breakout session. What I'm told, I didn't get to attend. We had our general session with the other tribal leaders. So it's basically what we did. Is there any questions? Before I start, I'll just give a brief.
Chief, I've got one. You see on the news where it says that the governor is going to sue the Department of Justice or whoever about the McGirt case. Is there any update on that as to whether that's actually going to happen for a clarification or whatever it is he's wanting?
He's going to try. You know, he's going to try and do everything he can. You know, most of y'all seen on, I guess, what I'm being told on Facebook, I got text messages. I guess they're going to have a town hall meeting in Tulsa at the Cox Center. I never got a formal invitation, never got anything. I did have the ladies break down in our staff, because that was one of the discussion we had at Intertribal. The only one that received one was Governor Anatobie, which his lead prosecutor got the email. And if you read the email, it didn't really say that we were invited to be on the panel, whatever, to discuss. If you notice, everyone on there is not from Native tribe. So it's kind of set up. I was definitely wanting to go, but I was told might hold off, but I'm gonna talk to Chief Batten. I think all the tribes are gonna send a representative. You know, I have one of my attorneys, chief of staff, and other people is gonna go, but I may sneak in with blue jeans and a hat and a mask, never know. Because my discussion with him, just like this meeting he's holding tomorrow should have happened a week after the Supreme Court ruling. I've talked to him 3 times, once on the phone and twice in person. I told him, if there's deficiencies or whatever with the Supreme Court ruling, why don't we come to the table? Not once has him or what's his name? Kunzweiler. He even came to my office for the first time, probably 2 months ago. I told him the same thing. You're bringing up what you're saying are issues, not actual issues for me to write down. What if this, you know? And he brought an example that a lot of the Mexican cartels in Tulsa, why is all these crimes, and they're trying to use the Native Americans so they won't get caught. And I told him, you know, I worked in Tulsa for 30 years or 29 years. I told them, them crimes have always been there. So they're blaming everything on McGirt. Not once has any, did have a DA from McIntosh County, Tulsa, not Tulsa. There was another district at another city that actually came down to our office. What can we do to help to work together? So we do have other judges coming over to Creek Nation. What can we do to make this work? But there's, I mean, we're having problems just in Okmulgee, the police department in Okmulgee. not want to get cross debt. City of Bristol, where I'm from, they don't understand, you know. And I just gave example. What did you do at Pre-McGirt? What did you do? You had to arrest them, right? Take them to the police department, do all your paperwork. Once you find out they're native, that's when you call Creek Nation. I said, that's the only difference. I said, we still have to do our job. We want to take the criminal off the streets, hold them, and do what's right. But that's the kind of problems we're having with some of these local, small police departments. Tulsa's been great. I've talked to the chief of police a couple of times at least, and just told them if anything comes up, any questions or answers, just please call. But there's some that this wasn't favorable, I guess, to say to some of these law enforcement. And, you know, it is what it is. We got to make it work. And why are you going to spend, you know, the governor allotted 10 million to his office, 10 million to the attorney general's office. Again, he wanted to say it's for McGirt, and we all know it's against McGirt. That's what he's trying to do. So you're using all these tax dollars from citizens against McGirt. Why don't you use it for the good? Use it for the opposite. You know, for the governor to come up and say that, you know, as a true leader, what I want to tell him and Ms. Kunzweiler is, you are creating problems. As a good leader, you should fix the problems. So he's creating more than trying to fix them. You know, if he sits at the table with us, what can we do together? You know, I've told him many times that the decisions I have to make for Creek Nation is what's for best for Creek Nation and the state of Oklahoma. I'm Muskogee Creek by blood, but I'm also an Oklahoma citizen. I don't know how many times I told him till I was red in the face, but he just don't listen. He's got his mindset that everything's going to be blamed on McGirt. He doesn't want to make it work. So kind of went a long way just to tell you I don't trust him. Is there any?
Are you all going to that meeting tomorrow?
Well, we're going to send staff, all the 5 tribes, but there's one tribe I'm real skeptical that this tribal leader may go, voice his opinion. So that's what, you know, this whole McGirt ruling was based just on Muskogee Creek Nation. You know, but the other 4 tribes got it by the state, but we're the only tribe that went to the Supreme Court. So I'm afraid you got, well, most of y'all seen it. I don't want no legislation, anything to put in to reverse the decision, but you got 2 other tribes that are pushing. That's kind of what we're battling with. I know Chickasaw, Chief Baden's always been in support, Seminole Nation as well. So I think if us 3 just stick together and this will work out. But on me, he's kind of undecided yet. I want to go to see what he's going to say, but we also don't want to feel like it's an anti-McGirt, because if you look on that panel, it's everyone that's totally against it. So they're afraid if I go up there, they may start questioning me and hounding me, and you know, just to protect me basically. But I told them I got bulletproof vest, I can go. Yeah. But I don't know. It's going to be difficult not to go. The festival is September 23rd to the 26th. The rodeo is going to be the end of this month. So people that want to qualify, you have to have it before August. So we're going to have it July, end of July. The only thing's been kind of hard is the concert. But we do have a bid of who to come in. We had several. I know me and my wife were oldies, you know, we was one KC and Sunshine Band, but they're not going to tour this year. They're going, you know, they only tour in 20 seconds.
Does that include the Olympics?
The Olympics, since school's already started, they may not. And softball, you know, that same time as, you know, we're week right after Choctaw Nation. So softball may be the only thing, I don't know what the attendance is going to be. But we didn't know at the time because we had to make all the arrangements at least 6-7 months ahead of time, especially for the concert, get all the vendors. So that's why we decided to have it in September with the think, all the other 3 tribes, well, 4 tribes are having theirs about the same time. We'll see how it goes. It'll be cooler weather, but we'll just see how it turn out. We may put it back next year, but we don't know yet. We don't know what this other phase of the COVID that's coming. Mr. Terry did say, what was it, 9%? It's my wife back there at the mask. We got our mask on. I think Mr. Terry said it had a 9%. So there's indication that it may happen at Falls Creek, where it had a little breakout. So we don't know yet. I like what y'all said, taking the shots. We try to do the best to promote all the elders, everyone taking their shots. Is there any other questions, any updates anybody want? The application? I figured that's going to come up. We have been working on this with the team, and we want to make it more simpler, but also in a different form to where, everyone had to go to social services, fill out paperwork. You always had to go to housing, fill out paperwork. Seemed like you always had to fill out again. This new database that we're working on, once you fill it out, all the other departments should be type it in, pull their name. You should have all information. Say if you got housing assistant this year, tell you, even you'll be able to pull it up yourself on the app, on a computer. So you can see what you applied for, what you got, basically have a breakdown of everything. If you had kids in the college or, getting assistance through college or schools, you can type in their name, it'll show everything that you pull up. So we're probably, you're gonna get discouraged, probably almost a month away from getting the system in the computer. Then we have to find a location, because we're gonna have to get at least 20 to 30 employees. Last time we did this, last year, really took away from our social services. That's where we had to get some employees. Crowing at me. But we're just trying to do the best we can. Last year we had to go through our Muskogee MMBE staffing solution. We had to hire citizens come in to do all the background checks. We went through their department. We probably got 25 employees, so we're gonna have to find a location, go through the system again, have them screen them, they apply for it, use those workers, and try to leave our social services and housing employees doing their job. But at that time, we had people working from home, so they volunteered to help. That worked out. But now that we're open, we're going to have to hire more employees through the staffing solution. And then we got to get all the computers set up. Then we got to get all the phones, and we got to run IT wherever we house them at. We got to put all the IT stuff, hardware, software in. So it's going to take a while. We're looking at, I think Tracy told me yesterday, probably August or so, before we can actually roll it out. May be a little bit plus in there.
It would be nice that once we get the application, they send back to the person and let them know we received your application, we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, they don't hear from them. And we tried to get through, I don't know how many times on the phone.
It was, they got swamped with phone, because I was there. Some of them, I actually had one employee start crying. I had 2 of them that quit because the citizens cussed them out.
Oh, imagine.
So they just got swamped with calls. Our office did. My assistant Nita, Whitney, and Lindsay, they helped out, take all the calls, checked on it. And once I got emails from council members on looking at the application, I forwarded it to my staff so they could check on it. So it's a lot of work. We do have a number set up where they can call and we just have to tell them, because once that legislation passed, that Monday morning it was swamp calls, not knowing that it wasn't ready yet. The cart was pulled before the horse was hooked up, basically. But we're going to do the best we can to roll it out. But it should be on your app too. One of the other problems was last year when they filled it out, our system, once we put in all the firewalls, if you had a gmail.com, it didn't recognize it, it put a stop on it. And once we received it in, we would start getting your emails. But the very first time we get it, there's a firewall, because that's how all this happened last year. So it just had to be protected. But this new system, it should go through your phone. And if anyone got, you know, the new iPhone, whatever, but it should indicate they received it. Any questions? And they're going to try to do it by, one of the other problems we had was if you had separated parents, they would include the kids on both ends. So they all had to check those. And so we're thinking about doing the name and roll number, because everyone's only got one roll number. Or just different little ways we're looking at to make it better. Try to make it more simple.
But how do we know that? I mean, how are they gonna know, like if the one parent, you know, gets for the kid, but don't have the kid, how will you know that?
Well, let's just say if you apply with the kids, that'll be in the system. Now, if you apply with the same kids, they plug it in, it's going to show duplicated roll number and name. So it's going to show that you already got the check.
Let me see, like, see, my son doesn't have his kids. My daughter-in-law does. But he still has like their roll numbers and everything like that.
Well, if they both put them in, whoever puts it in first, you know, and they'll have the roll number and the kid's name. If she applies for it, she can apply for the kids. But, you know, she can't.
Okay, so what if the kid is old enough, like when will they send it a check?
They're going to use debit cards. They're going to have debit cards.
Because like mine are like 12 and 16. And so I thought maybe if it was
I
like.
think if they had to be 18 or 16, they can apply for it themselves. I think. I'll tell you at the next
Got
meeting.
two of them that are enrolled in the Creek, another one's enrolled in another tribe, but, you know, the two younger ones are in Creek. And that's what I'm saying, if their dad, I mean, because they won't benefit nothing from it, if their dad does it, he will benefit from it, but they won't, and that's what we're trying to prevent. So,
That's kind of tough. You know, once we send it out, we don't know what the parents do.
yeah, and plus his wife works at Creek Nation, so if she knows ahead before we will, then, you know,
We're good.
they're just out of luck.
And that's some of the problem we had, because I know everyone asked, well, how come you can't just go off the last one? When we did the first distribution, the second one, when we did the second one, we had a little bit over 300 address changes on the same one. We had some came back. So that's why we're having to ask everyone to just have to reapply. Because a lot of people move and a lot of people deceased, so. And we will have to, I know the deadline had September 31st on it. I got with citizenship, you know, he about cried Monday morning. He's gonna have a lot. He's already had a lot of people call and get updates. Now newborn, that's gonna be tough. Cause I don't know how many weeks it takes or days it takes for them to get their birth certificate. So that's one of the challenges. If the deadline's September 31st, they may put out that you have to turn it in by September 21st. I don't know. Some of the things that it should have been thought out first before that legislation come out. But we'll work on it.
Gee, I'm not hearing very well.
Oh,
But
sorry.
September 31st that's the deadline on that.
The application be turned in, or the deadline for it to be enrolled. The deadline to be enrolled as a citizen. Yeah. That's right.
Excuse me, September 30th.
30th.
Yeah, that's 30 days in September.
Well, almost gave you an extra day, didn't I? What I was saying on newborn, when there's a newborn, we don't know how long it's going to take to get all that, for them to get a birth certificate. So that's the problem we're going to have. If you got someone that was born September 1st, how long is it going to take for that child to get or the parents to get their birth certificate? So you may have one born September 30th. So, you know, there's going to be some juggling there. Is there any other questions or?
Contract help. Is there a better way to run it when a person goes in to get an appointment set up? They're told to go in, that a date changes, that doctor changes. And then all of a sudden, oh, well, you gotta go back and change it.
Mhm.
Not very many people take up work this week all the time.
I agree. I had,
And because of contract help, which I understand, is limited in employees, like 1 or 2 per clinic,
mhm.
and they're having a hard time getting in to see doctors, so.
I get some of them emails and calls as well, and I always tell Mr. Terry, you know, and that's one of them things, if I'm not aware of it, I don't know what to fix. You know, that's why I told the council, email me, I'll forward it on to the department, so that way I'll keep track of it. And that's one of the things that I need to know myself, so I can tell Mr. Terry. Yeah.
Revamp that a little bit.
Mhm.
Better way to handle it.
I agree. The new cancer center, is that next?
Sounds good.
Well, we purchased that. It's going to be specialty care. We got that for, I don't know if I can disclose the total amount or not. Y'all won't tell, will y'all? Hey. No, it was about 40 million. If you build the whole property, the structure, I think they estimated almost 300 million, what it would cost. All the equipment that was left, Mr. Terry said it was almost like 10 million of equipment that they left. Let's just say if you have someone there that has to stay overnight, he's going to set some room. It's got 153 hotel rooms in there. So let's just say if you was in the hospital and your kids and your family want to see you, and if they live up here in your father, we'll set a room aside for your family to stay there. Either it'll be at discount or it'll be free to a citizen. Still trying to figure that out. Because, you know, with this pandemic, it was hard to see any of your family. I mean, me and my wife can contest that. We was in the hospital, you know, in December, you know, but she's in the next bed with me. She had it too. But trying to make it more easy for the family. We do have the bottom floor, and I talked to Mr. Terry, we had discussed about when you have these, the spouse, the wife being abused, and the wife and the kids have to go somewhere. Since we're already going to have security there, we're thinking about using one floor just for the spouse and kids to stay there, to be protected. So there's kind of different ways we're looking at to use that hotel, use the hotel for that. There's also another building on the east side of that we're looking at. Either we can rent those out to doctors that want to use that work there, or maybe put social services or tag office or something there. We're still trying to figure out what to do, because we want to hit 4 corners, north, south, east, west, you know, possibly another tag office or social services. We already got the one in Jinx, but we looked at one in the Okemah possibly, or one over here around Chakotah or Eufaula, somewhere close. The one south. We already got the south SRO down in Wetumpka, you know. So we're just looking at different ideas.
You got any help building?
Building what? Well,
I mean, period.
well, you know, what we looked at was, we looked at car dealership. We had a chance to purchase one in Okemah, real cheap, but that didn't pass because it was an auction. And when we submitted the legislation, it wasn't enough. But that's what we're looking at, because it's big open space that we could put Light Horse there possibly, and also put, like I said, tag office, social services, you know, just make it. Usually that's what we're looking for, because there's a lot of buildings being for sale, being sold.
A specialty for the hospital, who do I talk to about, I have somebody who needs an office or specialty clinic for over there in that area, and how do I see about getting her in that position?
I have some cards. Get a hold of me and they can contact Mr. Terry. We can do that. I mean, he'll see what he can do to help, especially for office space.
I know the cancer center is a beautiful place, but my husband went there many years ago for cancer, and everybody was so nice and so friendly, so it's a beautiful place for the people, wherever they decide to do it. It's very nice.
It is, but we gotta maintain it too.
Yeah,
you
that's
know.
probably true for the years, and then on the insurance wouldn't approve people to go up there, and
Yeah.
I think that was the reason why it went under,
Well-
that's what I heard.
But then you gotta figure last year during the COVID, a lot of patients came, but some of them lived out of state.
A lot of them.
So you couldn't cross, into, and kind of got your pros and cons there. Anyone else?
Want to have cancer specialists there?
I don't know. What did Mr. Terry say? My wife's a nurse, so she talks the same language as Mr. Terry. I know. She'll give me words this long. I said, break it down the creek. Well, I don't think it was it?
He said maybe in the future.
Maybe in the future, yeah. It's be more specialty.
Are you gonna hire strictly street people in there? I've had several people that work in the facilities wondering if they might have a job.
Whenever he put the applications out there, Sean wants to hire the best one. He wants to hire the best one to care. That's like Okema, it's a brand new hospital, but when you got same employees or workers, you want to treat your citizens and patients with respect and do the best care for them.
Is it gonna be like a Hastings Hospital only catering to Indians, or is it? gonna
It'd be open to the
public?
public. It'd be open to the public. Because a lot of them are going to have their insurance, Medicaid, Medicare, and all that kind of stuff. So get that third party.
So it's gonna be to the Indians and everybody too?
Yes, it'll be open to everyone.
Wow.
Yeah. That's it.
He's gonna.
See, you have a lot of food in your plate. Are you gonna be able to handle it all?
You know what? Last year when I first got in, that's why, me and Chief Floyd had probably 2 days out of 2 weeks total just to go over stuff. And, because he was leaving and I didn't want to interrupt him. And so we done good till March. That's when it hit, the pandemic. Then you come to July, then McGirt, you had the CARES funding to come. Yeah, I had a lot on my plate. But, I feel that we done the best we could, considering you couldn't have meetings in person. I'm the times I'd rather be in person, and there was a lot of Zoom calls, and a lot of different situations that come up that we just had to do the best we can. And I think that the staff and everyone that worked there, I feel that they did the best they could. I told Second Chief, we just come in, put our pants on one leg at a time and come to work.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello.
We want to thank Chief Hill for that presentation. And we do have AJ Jones on the line. Do you have anything you want to say, AJ? Are you there, AJ? I guess not. We'll move on if he comes back on here in a few minutes. Next, we're down to reports, and we only have one of the smoke shop reports completed. We do not have a community report, and we also have the CMD fund report. I'll read the CMD fund report first. Total operation for June 2021 was $2,842.76. And that left a net income of a minus $4,115.82. This is Texana Smoke Shop number 2 for June of 2021. Total income was $182,237.90. Total of cost of goods sold, $138,801.47. Total expense, $11,834.15 for a net income of $31,602.28. And as I said, I do not have the community report available or the smoke shop number 1 report available. We've been having trouble with our mail and the bank statements making it here on time, so we will have those available at the next meeting. You've heard the report coming from the smoke shop number 2, the CMD fund, no report for community, no report for smoke shop number 1. I need a motion and a second to approve the reports as read. Motion by Lily Hill, second by Tony. To approve reports. The floor is now open for discussion or question. If no question or discussion, all in favor of the motion, please signify by the raising of your hand. Opposed, like sign. Any abstain? Motion carried. Next, we're down to old business community issues. Last time we talked about the elders trip. We're still working on information on the elders trip, but we do have a sign-in sheet up here on the table tonight for those that are 55 years and older. You need to sign your name if you're taking your spouse, and this is your legal spouse. Please put it on the tablet as well. And we will get a final count on that. Well, we were looking at October 8th, 9th, and 10th, but we did check with another agency, and those dates were October 4th. Oh, this is Donna. Yeah, October 14th through the 17th. So those are kind of, but we're looking at October 8th, 9th, and 10th. And we may even add another date to that, because when we went to looking at that, 3 days is kind of a, you go down one day, you don't have really any time, and then you're on your way back. So we may look at the 7th, 8th, 9th, and the 10th of October. And the deadline for the sign up on the trip will be July 23rd, because by August 1st, we need to be finalizing the plans and see where we are. I believe that was it. Anything else on the old? The what now? Yes, we did. Yeah.
Sorry.
The heat getting to my officers over here, I tell you. Okay, if nothing else on the old business community issues, we'll move on to item number 9 under new business. Item number 1 is apply for CMD funds for 2021, 2022, and we have to submit an application to apply for the CMD funds. And we had this before where the the Creek Nation gives us $60,000. It's broken down into 3 payments of $20,000, and we get that every quarter. But we need to do an application, and I need a motion and a second from the floor to allow us to go ahead and apply or put in an application for the CMD funds for $60,000.
I'll make a motion that we apply for the CMD fund.
Okay, motion by Buddy. Second by Charlotte Lee. Any discussion? If not, all in favor of the motion, please signify by the raising of your hand. Opposed, like sign. What now? Yes, I'm sorry. Back up a minute. Keep your hands up. We need to get a count. I'm sorry.
That was action on the resolution.
Okay.
Put your hands.
Any
back
of-
up, Ann.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Okay, we'll move on. Look like the yes have it. Item number 2, the budget for CMD funds 2021, 2022. And this is just to budget out the $60,000. And was there a copy up there, Scott? Was there a copy up there, the budget? The budget is actually the same as last year for the $60,000, with the exception we took out the $16,000 for the lawn care, and we increased $3,000 to the Christmas budget, and we increased $3,000 to the Thanksgiving budget, and increased the economic development $10,000. So that's the $16,000 that was previously in the lawn service, that it has been completely erased, and we just allocated that money, the $16,000, to other departments. And the other would include like bereavement, elders luncheon, and so forth. And I don't have that budget in front of me, and I apologize, but those are actually the only changes that took place, is removal of the $16,000 lawn service and put this money into increasing Christmas and Thanksgiving by $3,000 and putting an additional $10,000 in the economic development account. I need a motion and a second to approve the budget.
I'll make a motion, we approve the budgets with the changes from last year.
Motion by Buddy, second by Barbara Lee. Any discussion? Any question? If not, all in favor of the motion, please signify by the raising of your hand. Opposed, like sign. Any abstain? Motion carried. Next, we're down to item 3, and this is where you're gonna have to keep your hand up. This is where the count was supposed to actually occur, but anyway, we need a motion and a second from the floor to approve the resolution for the CMD funds 2021, 2022.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Pat Longcrier. Okay, who said, oh, I saw 2 of you at one time, so Either take Lily Hill or Homer Dan.
Huh?
Lily, Pat Lonecry motion. And then Lily Hill or Homer Dan second, whichever one. Well, okay, we have a motion and a second on the floor for the resolution. All in favor, please do so by the raising of your hand. And she has to get a count. You have your hand up too. Oh. Any no votes? Any abstain? Okay, motion carried. Next, under item 9, item 4, purchase of tables. We are we're wanting to purchase some tables out of the CMD fund. We have approximately, I think, 33,000, and I think that 20 we just got in will make us have about 53,000, I believe. Is that correct? Was it 53? I believe that's what Denise said, but anyway, we need to purchase more tables. The tables that we have down in the bottom or out in the barn or whatever, they're getting old and they're losing a lot of screws and whatever else, and they're getting shabby. But, and that's due to the constant usage of it all the time, you know, people wanting to borrow the tables or whatever else. And I know that the community doesn't charge any fee to the members of the community to use these tables, but we might have to impose a rental fee on those tables, because we do have people that use those tables, they bring them back, they're not in the condition that we loaned them out to you. And, you know, we just can't continue to replace that equipment, allowing the individuals to tear it up, and we don't have any means of recouping some of the damages to that equipment. So we had talked about imposing probably $5 per table rental fee. That will have to be along with your deposit. The equipment needs to be returned within 3 days, or your deposit will be forfeited. If you don't return that, we have people that get the equipment, they'll take some of them maybe cross country, they'll return it, you know, next month or next year, whatever else, and we can't have that. So if you borrow the equipment, I realize $20 is a small amount versus what these tables are going to cost, but we need to at least have your cooperation that when you rent these items out, because they're strictly there for your use anyway as a member. But we cannot, as I said, cannot have equipment being damaged all the time and not returned in the order that we loaned it out. And also, I think there was a fee of, if you want chairs, it's $2 per chair. And there will be a form that you'll need to fill out based on this, because, you know, we're going to have to keep track of this. And I think there may be some equipment out there now that has not been returned. So we need a motion and a second. What we want to purchase is 10 8-feet tables, 5 6-feet tables, and 5 4-feet tables. And hopefully we can buy this from Lowe's, and this will come out of the CMD funds. I need a motion and a second. Motion by Vicky, second by Barbara Lee. The floor is now open for discussion. Any question, Buddy?
Yeah, the question I had was this, if you're gonna put some guidelines on it,
Uh-huh,
that if someone does not adhere to those guidelines,
yes,
then they no longer will be
yes,
allowed to use. the
yes,
space.
yes, yes. Exactly. So if you don't comply with the guidelines or whatever else, you're gonna forfeit your right to ever using anything from the community. So that's gonna be a thing that's gonna be on you. Okay? The ball's gonna be put in your corner. And you might get around and send old John Doe up here for you. And say, I need, go up there, John, and get a couple of tables for me and bring them over here and put them out at Rosebud's house. But anyway, that way we cannot control it, but if you as an individual come up, you probably will lose your privilege to any of the equipment. I have a motion and a second on the floor. Any other questions? That's just a made up, that's when nobody has a name and you don't know who they are. Okay. If no other questions, all in favor of the motion, please signify by the raising of your hand. Opposed, like sign. Are you opposing Annette?
No.
Oh, okay, all right. It's, any abstain? Motion carried. Next, item 5 is VYVE Internet Services. We have been with Windstream forever. And Windstream is one of the internet services and phone services that, because of the loss of customers and whatever else, I mean, they have actually went downhill. And the service here in this building, the phone lines, we have trouble with the internet, we have trouble with the fax machine and all the above. So we need to change internet service. We got a estimate from VYVE and Vive, yeah, I'll just use the acronyms. For, I think it's $6,000. It's what it's gonna cost as a complete build in this building. It's gonna cost us about $239 a month, is that right, Scott? About $239.40 per month. And that's pretty well what we're paying to Windstream right now for no service at all. So it's gonna, so it's gonna cost, like I said, $6,000 for them to come in here and to completely build the system. And this amount will come out of CMD funds. Like I said, we've got the money available for maintenance to the building. So I need a motion and a second to approve the internet service, and then we'll come back in for discussion. Okay, Vicky had her hand up and Charlotte had their hand up. Have a motion and a second on the floor. Vicky and Charlotte. The floor is now open for discussion. Any question?
Ms. Mildred, it's AJ.
Yes.
Can we look into with Chief's office possibly with the ARP monies, because they're talking about broadband, and with broadband, it's part of the allowances with the American Rescue Plan. If we was to spend your monies out of out of the fund, you may be able to pay for it with those ARP monies, and you wouldn't have to spend it from your fund.
Okay. All right. I think what we might do, AJ, is probably go ahead and approve this, and then we'll, it'll be in record that we can go ahead and apply for some form of internet services, and then if you can get back with us, because we're in dire need right now of the internet services,
yes,
as long as phone service. So that's why we were wanting to move forward with it.
Perfect. That'd be fine.
Okay,
Mildred, this Jeremiah,
yes,
I just heard you say what I was gonna question about. The focus was on the internet, but what about local service, and will we have to change our number?
no, all of that, we will keep the phone numbers and whatever else. They're just building the system that we would be able to access all of this through their communication.
So this is gonna be included with internet and local service.
Yes,
Okay,
the whole package. Any other question? Oh, buddy, I'm sorry.
Yes, I'm in favor of it, but I was just wondering, under tribal law, is this something that we would have to put out for bid?
Well,
I don't know if there's any place else to get it around here.
well, didn't we talk with the individual from, because we, well, when they was putting in all of this equipment for the Zoom and all of this, we were going to participate with the internet service that was offered by Creek Nation. But something came up and I've slept since then and I don't remember, but they were not able to provide us with any of that service right at this time.
Yeah, I don't know if
And-
it's even required.
Well, I at this point, if it involves the community, it involves community funds, the community votes for it, then it requires no, unless in someone here in the audience think, but we've searched it out. We looked at cross telephone, this one, and also the one that was being offered through Creek Nation. And this was pretty well the best package for us.
Well, I agree. Windstream.
Yeah,
Bad.
yes, yeah. Any other questions? If not, we have a motion and a second on the floor. All in favor of the motion for the VYVE internet services, please raise your hand. Any opposed? Any abstain? Motion carried. Next, we're down to community issues. Anything from? I think there was none. We're down to announcements. And also on the announcements, the Social Security office will be here from 10 to 3 every third Thursday of the month, with the exception of the holidays. And I think this will be the third Thursday. They will be here from 10 to 3. If you have any questions about any issues involving Social Security, or you're ready to get on Social Security or whatever, then they'll be here to answer those questions. Okay, oh, go ahead. Yeah, third Thursday, yes, 10 to 3. You have the tickets, Donna? Okay. And hand me 1, 2. Oh, and I did want to acknowledge Malia she is on Zoom here, and I think she entered the meeting about 6:15, and I apologize, Malia, for not acknowledging you right here right now. But, oh, Sue's on there too? Okay, we've got both the other officers that were unable to be here in real life, but we have them on the.
Is there somebody else, C2, is that us?
Yes.
So is that the only 3 that's up there that needs them?
Yes. Oh, is that Sue Hughart?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
yeah, I hear you
all
now.
right,
We
Sue.
got you mixed up with the other Sue.
Here, so this.
Well, it's a good person to be mixed up with.
Sue has
Okay,
ours
I'll put her,
ticket.
okay.
Yeah, I'm joining you from Wyoming.
Oh, you're in Wyoming? Well, how is the weather up there, Missy?
Well, it's kind of hazy. I think there's some fires somewhere, but it's
Oh, is
pretty.
it? Oh, wow, you're in the beautiful part of the country right now.
Yeah. But I was thinking of you.
Okay, well, I appreciate you joining in with us.
Mildred, while you're working on that, can I ask the question?
Yes,
Do I have to come to the office to sign up for the trip, or can the secretary?
I added
put
your
me
name.
down? Okay, all right,
Yeah, I've already
Okay.
added you. Yes,
okay, and make sure the record reflect that I did attend by Zoom, so, okay.
all right,
The
yeah.
sign, the sign
I
is
got-
sheet. Thank you.
I got you covered. Don't worry about it.
Okay,
I'll
thank you. Bill.
re-sign you in on the sign-in sheet.
All right.
Okay. Is my pastor saying, church, we haven't dismissed, so we need to keep the noise level down? I can't hear. Yes. Who's talking again? Donna, you stirring up all that noise back there? I have a confession to make. You know, last time, remember when we had the drawing and it seemed like this side didn't have, nobody's ticket was in there? Well, to be honest, your ticket wasn't in there. So that's why. So that's why we were fortunate enough that we could, help you later on or whatever else, because it wasn't fair. You didn't have a fair shot. Your ticket wasn't even in there. So, yeah. Because when we got down to the bottom of the bowl and I didn't have any tickets left, and then I said, who didn't get their name called? And it was about 15 of you that raised your hand, and I thought, whoa, something's wrong here. So I had to cover real fast. So anyway, we got it. Yes. Yes, yes.
Looks like some beauty.
Okay, yeah, here's the four with their name. Okay, and I need 4. Oh, which one goes in? Oh, their name goes in. Their name. Okay, let me. Oh, which one goes in?
I'll put the one with the name.
Okay, in the bucket, okay. All right.
And keep this.
I've got those 4 there. And then I need.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, those go in the bucket.
Okay.
Yeah, and all of those go in. Where's that bucket at?
It's full of the.
It's full of orange magic markers. Red one with the oh, really? Yeah. Oh, here. Oh, waving at each other.
Hey, Miss Tony, come up here a minute. Come here, ladybug. Give one of these.
Roll numbers too.
Give one of these to your son, your daughter, and to Darrell Lynn's. granddaughter right there. Yeah.
Do you wanna do
Now she need, Tony, take one, she gets one and the other one gets one.
They both have got.
Oh, they got one? Okay,
They
then,
both have.
okay, then give it to your
The tube in
children.
the
Yeah.
back.
Well, hello, yes.
Yeah, those two in the chair.
Are you trying to shortchange them, Tony?
Did you put your Zoom people in?
I did, yes, ma'am.
All right. Just
Gotcha.
doing my, just
I
doing my
know, I hear
job.
you. I know it takes a whole lot of, okay, thank you. Okay, since we only have, a couple of kiddos back there, we're gonna, thanks to their mom, she tried to shortchange them. But anyway, if y'all guys will come up, Tony's children back there, come up here. And give them one of those Fruit Loops things too. Yeah. Give them a box of that Fruit Loop over there. We appreciate the youth being with us tonight, so we didn't have no competition. So that's just a little back to school basket with some juice and some snacks in it or whatever else. So we thank you for coming. And when y'all get a chance, guys, come back up here and sign your name. I'm losing track here. Okay. Y'all have to come sign this paper over here. Okay, I'm ready. I'm gonna start drawing here. Huh? You thought you'd be rude? Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. First ticket of the night, I'm gonna call the last four. All these up here has a number on them. Whichever one says number one, that will be the first gift that goes to that person. Okay. All right. Is it right here? Donna, in the front right there? Is that it?
It's 21, 14, 1.
Okay, all right. Okay, last four, 3195. 3195.
Hey, all right, we got a winner.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, next. Last four, 3182. Should be number 2. 3182. Okay. You're it. You haven't found number 2 yet? Is it down in the front?
Got 4, 5, 3, but no.
Okay, then go with number 3. Yeah. So, put your drinks in there and put some ice on it and. Ticket number 3180, and that belongs to Franchelle.
All right.
Are you out there, Franchelle?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, you have your gift up here. It's number 4. Remember that number. You'll have to come up to the center or whatever and pick it up.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. closing my eyes, so let's see. Last four, 3186. 3186. This is also a picture. Mix your drinks in it, put some ice in your cup, serve it to your guest. Got your tray? Hey, you ready? Yes, please. Thank you. That's okay. Last four, 3185.
Guess what?
Some feel it. Yeah, now you gotta cook.
No, I didn't do anything funny.
Oh. I done made a boo. My niece heard one thing, but anyway. Uh-oh, shoot me.
Is that number 2?
Yep. Who was number 2?
We just skipped to number 3.
Renee, okay, then we'll just keep going then.
I think that's.
Shame on Mildred. Okay.
Number 6.
Last four, 3190.
See y'all there.
3199. 3199. Okay, buddy. It should be, which one are we at?
We're no 7s.
Okay, no 7s.
I think she's got.
Number 7 is right here. It's a $25 gift card from Walmart.
You should come more often, see what we're doing.
Make sure, yeah, make sure his says gift card out to, yes. Make sure his says gift card out to the back on that. I 25. No, it's actually 500, Lily. No, I'm just kidding. No. Last four, 3191. Okay, come on up.
So the next one I've got is
10. I don't have a 10 over here. Oh. It's a goodie box, okay? Last four, 3205. 3205.
See, there's somebody on this side doing something.
Them some nice towels. Thank you.
The Pioneer Room.
3192. 3192.
All right.
Yeah, oh Lord. This is a waste of a tray because it ain't showing. Ain't no cooking gonna happen in that plate. Somebody might need to negotiate with this. I'll tell you. Yeah, I know it. Last four, 3203. 3203. Nice little Dutch oven pot. Yeah. Now this one, we'll see some cooking, won't it? Okay. I think that was one I dropped out of here. Hey, this is not a very good spot here. 3194, 3194. 3194 going once. 3194.
Now, that must have been the kids' ones.
Yeah,
It's okay.
yeah.
Here we go. You betcha.
Go over there. And- There's not a 15, okay. 3207. And she gets a $25 gift card.
Up here.
Yes. Got to close my eyes. 3198, 3198.
And I guess that's one too, because I have a 16.
What is it supposed to be? We're up to, oh, we're up to 16. 3198. Going what? Lily, you about to sleep it, girl. Well, you get a $25 gift card. Yeah? No, that don't go eat. Which one you want?
Oh, that's all right.
Oh, no.
I'll buy my own tabs.
Yeah, you go to
That was supposed
Walmart,
to be
yeah, you go to
16.
Walmart and buy you something. Uh-oh. God. Having a time with this little basket.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Well, I don't know if this one should go or not. Sue Hughart. Are you there, Sue?
All in Wyoming.
Yes.
You
I
all the way in
am.
Wyoming, got your good set of towels here.
Awesome. Thank you.
Oh,
No,
remember number 7.
no, lucky number 7. Got
Lucky
it.
number 7.
Thank you.
Oh, okay, next,
So, skillet set.
3201, 3201. I know not, I say this is, was she getting some skillets too? Well, they ain't gonna do it Tony any good either. Tony ain't gonna use them, Tony ain't gonna use them skillets. Where your number at, girl?
That's here.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right. (3206), 3206. 3202. He gets a set of skillets.
I know how to use them too.
I know that you do. I know you there. (3187). Okay. Yeah, thank you. I like that. Those are pretty. Huh? Okay, thank you. Next, 3179, and that belongs to a person named Jeremiah.
And he gets the gift card.
Oh, thank you.
Huh? What number is that?
22.
Okay, and you get a $25 gift card, Jeremiah. It'll be up here at the center. If you're not able to make it, send Faye.
And this is 23 little.
Jeremiah? Is he gone? He's there.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can now.
Okay, thank you. I'm having trouble with the mute button, so
Okay, but did you hear what I said?
$25 gift card. I gotta
Yes,
come up.
it'll be up here at the center if you want to
Yes,
send
ma'am.
Faye to get it.
Okay.
Tomorrow sometime, yes.
And now I gotta be in Tulsa all day tomorrow for appointments.
Okay, then on Wednesday then.
I'll be up Wednesday.
Okay. Ticket 3181 belongs to Dennis Williams.
It's 23.
Hey,
Okay, and you got some party set too.
Yeah, party set too.
party on.
So it'll be up here at the center. If one of your relatives want to bring it to you, they will.
Bajo.
Okay. Next, 3204. 3204. What number is that?
24.
Okay. And Charlene gets a gift card for $25. Well, 3196. 3196. Is that up there?
No, now it's 27, 28.
So what do I need up here?
You need 25.
I need 25.
I mean, 25 is the next number.
Okay, for something up here.
Yes.
What was it? I mean, 25? I'm sorry, I'm so
That's okay.
confused. Oh,
There you
Lord.
go.
$25
There you
gift
go.
card.
There you go.
Uh-huh.
You just give that to Monty on your number. Yeah. Thank
Okay,
you, Tricia.
thank you.
Thank you all.
Would you like a bag?
Yes, please.
Okay, 3188. 3188. Do we have a? Is there not a 26? We're down to 26, right? Okay, then you get a $25 gift card.
What I needed.
Yeah, okay, all right. Just put your name in. Okay. Let's see. 3184. 3184. Joy? Oh, what was it? 26? I don't have a 26. Then be 27. All right. Okay. That's a pretty set. I like that set. Mhm. Yeah. Okay. Next, 3197. Okay, Annette. Okay. Next ticket, 3183. 3183. Come on, Martha. Okay. And I have 3 tickets left. And guess what? You don't get anything. I'm sorry. No, I don't know how that happened, but I have exactly 3 gift cards left. So the number is 3200. Okay, then you get a $25 gift card. And then, yes, and go over there and give her the what? Oh, I'm already confused up here, guys. Don't be helping any. Okay, next is 3189, 3189. Mr. Pemberton. He gets a $25 gift card. Yes. I know, you'd have to go home and cook. Okay, next is 3193. Okay. $25 gift card, Mr. Jackson, and sign your name over there and, okay. And she'll need your number. Okay. Did I miss anyone? No, I hope I didn't. I don't know how that happened. That we exactly came out with the number of people and the number. Well, I'm getting good, aren't I? Okay, that's the end of that, and we appreciate everyone for participating tonight, coming out and being with us, and we appreciate the chief again for being with us, and Mr. Proctor, and welcome back, Buddy. It's good to see your face, and we're hoping that we can start the elders luncheon up. Maybe we're looking at maybe August, end of August or 1st of September or whatever else. Maybe we might see Sydney's a teenager too. You want one of them Fruit Loops snack things? Well, come get it, Missy.
So it's not that.
When it's over. Well, it ain't gonna be up here when it's over.
Hey, Mildred, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna follow up on what Jeremiah said. Do we need to go ahead and sign up now for that trip?
Yes. You mean put your name on it?
Absolutely.
Okay, because the deadline is July 23rd, and if you're telling me you're gonna participate, I'll write your name on the list.
Thank you. Yes, please.
Okay, you taking your husband or someone else?
I'm taking my husband. Well, do I have an option?
Do you have an option? Yes, you have an option, but I'm afraid that it won't work. We wouldn't take another one.
I guess I better take him then.
I guess you better take your husband with you. It's the way it's gotta be, but I'll add your name.
Thank you.
All right. Anything else? Any announcements? Anybody getting married? Anybody running away? Or you're running away, Lily? You getting married? Oh, well, congratulations, Lily. Okay, sometime in the future, okay. Okay, all righty. But if nothing else, all minds clear. Can I get a benediction and a motion and a second to adjourn? A roll count, and then we're out of here. Okay, we need prayer, ending prayer. Bow your heads. Our Heavenly Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Dear gracious Father, we just come thanking you for this moment. We thank you for the evening and the fellowship, dear Lord. We thank you for the officers of our nation that was here with us tonight. We ask, dear God, that you just go with each member that is present here. Bless their family, keep them safe. Dear God, help us to always give you the thanks in the good time, the bad time. Dear God, we just can't thank you enough. We had 1,000 tongues. We couldn't thank you enough. Dear Lord, we just ask that you be with us as we leave this place. Pray that if your will be returned to this place again next month at the appointed time. This is our prayer in your precious Son, Jesus Christ's name. Amen.
Amen.
All in favor of the motion to adjourn, please raise your hand. Any opposed? You want to get out of here? Okay, meeting adjourned at 7:47 p.m. No, excuse me, 4:42. 7:42.